In today's video, I'm filming in a slightly different location. Welcome to my kitchen because I'm going to be sharing with you 6 dinner hacks that has saved our family money by making our food stretch a little bit further and also saved us some time. So I hope they're helpful for you as well. Make sure to hit like and subscribe for our weekly videos, and thank you for joining me this week. This first tip is to cook meat in bulk and freeze it. I don't know about you, but I really hate raw meat. So what I like to do is when it goes on sale, I like to buy a ton of it. And then we also love the taste of grilled chicken. I'll slice it lengthwise, put some salt and pepper on it or whatever seasonings I want, throw it on the grill, and then I'll cube it and I will freeze it. And this is really great for tacos, for veggie stir fry. I can use it in, we have a really yummy coconut curry chicken recipe that I can just throw that in, and it has delicious flavor. Some other meats that I do this with as well is you can get big rolls of breakfast sausage, and on the package there's little lines. You cut it in those lines. I cook it all up because you and I both know that all breakfast meats are messy to cook. They spatter grease everywhere, and I prefer cooking them in bulk, making that mess once and then freezing them. Also, buying the bigger portion will save me some money as well, because usually when you get bigger portions, it's cheaper. A couple other meats that we like to freeze in bulk already cooked is taco meat. We also love doing this with pulled pork. Pork shoulder goes on sale quite a bit, so when it does go on sale, I'll stock up on that, and then I can throw that in the crock pot. Since pulled pork takes so long, it's good to cook as much of it as you can. Then you can freeze that already cooked, and when you feel like having pulled pork again, you don't have to worry about all the time it takes to cook. It's already cooked for you, and it tastes delicious. This tip is to use pre-peeled or pre-chopped garlic when you're cooking, and this is good for a couple reasons. Not only does it save you a lot of time from peeling the garlic, but it actually saves you a lot of money. Costco has a large bag of pre-peeled garlic, which I ran the numbers on. It's $18 for the bag, which saves you about 30% from buying fresh garlic. And so it's a great value. It lasts forever in your freezer, and it's really easy to chop when it's frozen. Minced garlic is awesome if you're looking for an even quicker way to use garlic in your recipes because it's already chopped, but it has a little bit less of a fresh flavor, I would say. But this is also a great value for how much garlic you get, and it saves you a ton of time. I hate to say it, but a lot of these tips are born out of things that I really don't like doing in the kitchen. And this next thing is chopping onions. It's just not my favorite thing. And so I have a couple hacks that really make these stretch a little bit further and save some time as well. So this first one is to use dried, dehydrated onions in recipes. This is the generic brand from Walmart. I think it's $1.99, and I use it in all of my crock pot soups and even on the soups on the stovetop. And the really great thing about this is on the label it will show you how many tablespoons of minced onion it will take to equal a fresh onion. The other little hack that I have when it comes to onions is usually when recipes call for a whole onion, I don't put it in. I'll probably half the recipe because I like onions, but I don't love them. And so rarely do I ever use a whole onion. And so anytime that I have to chop up an onion, I chop the whole thing, use what I need, and freeze the rest. This next tip I just discovered this year, and that is to pre-marinate your chicken and put it in the freezer. And the awesome thing about this is as it's freezing, it's soaking in all those marinated juices, and as it's defrosting, it's doing the same thing. So it's really tasty. It saves you a lot of time on a night when you need a quick meal, and also you can buy that meat in bulk and save some money while you're doing it. So this tip is all about preserving any extra fruit and making it stretch a little bit longer and making sure you use all of it and don't waste any of it. For example, I have some blueberries and raspberries that are about to go bad. And so what I do is I'll just make sure that they're not moldy, and they might just be a little bit soft, but just not the right consistency to eat fresh. I will throw those in a bag, I will wash them, and then I will throw them in a bag and put them in the freezer, and they're great in smoothies. My kids love frozen fruit on oatmeal. They'll eat it just plain for a snack on a summer day, and so it's really great to have in the freezer. Other fruits that we like to freeze are mangoes, if we don't get to those in time, pineapple, bananas, and even grapes. This last tip is to make a vegetarian meal once a week and substitute any of that meat for a different protein. I know that for us, the meat is the bulk of the cost in most of our meals, and so it's a great way to save a little bit of money and also be a little bit creative with your cooking. Some meals that we love to make vegetarian are, we like to make tacos. We get the protein from the beans. Along the same lines, we'll do a vegetarian nachos. We'll make teriyaki stir fry and sometimes add in some tofu. My kids also love a homemade ramen with veggies. My kids also love pesto pasta salad, so I can throw in a ton of vegetables and cheese and noodles, and they don't even know there's no meat in it. So there's also baked potatoes. I know that my sister has a really good vegetarian lentil chili recipe that's so delicious. So there's a lot of ways to be creative and save some money and use some of those ingredients you don't normally use. Those are all the tips I have for you. Thank you for joining me today. I appreciate it. I would love to hear in the comments below which tips have worked for you and what tips you have for me. Please make sure to hit like and subscribe to become a part of our community and our weekly videos.